Welcome to Quick Rip. Big B here with you. Hope you're doing well out there, fight fans. Hey, we had BKFC 47 go down Friday, July 14th, and things got a little bit wild there in Lakeland, Florida. Main event, we had Dave Mundell versus Mike Richmond. Co-main, we saw Jared Warren versus Josh Dyer. And it was an intense night of fights. Some good, some bad, some ugly. So we're going to get into this here, and we're going to start with the main event, Dave Mundell, Mike Richmond, and work our way down the card and kind of go a brief summary of each fight and add my personal opinion on each one, of course. All right, so main event, as mentioned, we had Dave Mundell, who went into this one 6 wins, 1 loss. He was defending his middleweight championship belt for the first time against the one and only Mike the Marine Richmond, who went into this one 5-1. What a damn scrap this was. Richmond knocked Mundell down early, but Mundell was on absolute fire after that. He cut, bruised, and absolutely battered Richmond until he couldn't continue. Mundell defends his middleweight title belt via TKO in the second round. Absolutely crushing for a Richmond fan like myself. I've made it no secret that Richmond's one of my favorite fighters on the roster, and it was another. You know what? The Lorenzo Hunt loss was. It wasn't as crushing as this one for some reason. I mean, there was a lot of talk of did he come back too early after that knockout? I don't know. Did he? I mean, he got tagged and he got wobbly fairly early in the fight. So, I mean, I hope it's not the last we see of Richmond, but at the same time, I don't want to continue seeing him get hurt, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like a double-edged sword there for me, being such a big Richmond fan. But I will tell you what, Dave Mundell, I'm taking nothing away from him because he is absolutely something special. The display he put on there tonight at BKFC 47, absolutely superior. Congratulations to Dave Mundell defending his middleweight championship belt against none other than Mike Richmond. Now, co-main, we saw Jared Warren, who went into this one 5-2. He was taking on Josh Dyer, who sits 3-1. Now, this was a second meeting for these two, as Josh Dyer won the first contest via TKO. This was for the light heavyweight interim belt, and wow, what a fucking clusterfuck this was, to be honest, folks. Personally, I thought Josh Dyer looked amazing. Uh, he got an early knockdown. He absolutely plastered Warren at the end of the second round, and I thought there was nothing wrong with it. I didn't see anything wrong with it, with the shots that were landed. But unfortunately, the ref called it illegal blow to the back of the head. Unintentional illegal blow to the back of the head. Now, even upon watching the replay, I did not see a single fucking shot land to the back of the head. He got him basically right in the ear, maybe a little bit behind the ear, but he was throwing a combination as Jared Warren was going down. Jared Warren was already hurt. Man, like, honestly, folks, I could probably just fucking vent about this decision for the entire fucking video and probably bore the shit out of you guys, but I'm not going to do that because it is what it is. But in the end, they call it no contest. Like I say, unintentional shot to the back of the head. No belt, no winner, just basically pure bullshit. Fuck me, hey. Essentially, absolute worst case scenario for the BKFC during that match. I mean, what do you do now? Do you run that one back? Like, I don't know. That was a tough one. Feel bad for Josh Dyer there because, in my opinion, he won that one fair and square. And even Lorenzo Hunt was on the panel, doing joining the announcers there, Lights Out Lytle and Wheelock there, for this fight. because obviously that was an interim belt in one of his many divisions. And even he thought there was nothing wrong with that shot. He didn't see anything wrong with it at all. He thought Josh Dyer should have won that one. And I'm right there with him. What did you think out there? Did you see that shot? Do you think it was really in the back of the head? Let me know down in the comments. Obviously, while you're there, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. The feature fight at BKFC 47 saw Brendan Allen, who was 3-1 going into this one, versus Seth Schaefer, 3-0 in bare knuckle, but he was making his BKFC debut, his promotional debut. Now, this one was at featherweight, and wow, wow. First round went to Schaefer. He got the knockdown at the end of the round. And apparently that just absolutely pissed Allen off because he was absolutely possessed in the second. A huge knockout victory for Brandon Allen. Moves to 4-1, and even more impressively, puts a statement, gives Schaefer his first loss, KO loss nonetheless. I mean, he was absolutely done. Just starched him. Awesome shit by Brendan Allen. Another stellar matchup here at BKFC 47 in Lakeland, Florida. We saw Ryan Reber, who was 3-0. He was taking on Travis Thompson, veteran animal. He was sitting 5-4 going into this one. Now, this was a bantamweight scrap, and absolutely razor close fight here. I mean, Reber's jab was on full display in an attempt to keep Thompson at bay. And honestly, there's no other gear other than drive for Thompson, though, because he was just forward the whole fucking time. And he did manage to get inside, and when he did get inside, he definitely saw some success there. It went all 5 rounds. And get this, folks, a split fucking draw after 5 rounds. So that means we were off to a sixth and final overtime round. Sudden death. Whoever wins this round wins the fight, obviously. And Ryan Reber takes the fucking overtime round. Wins it via decision. Thompson was really, really upset with himself. That's got to be so fucking hard, you know? You just fought 5 rounds. You think it's over. You're coming down. You're starting to come down off of, cool down a bit. You're not really in fight mode anymore, I wouldn't think. You think the fight's over. And then all of a sudden it's like, nope, get back to your corner. You got to go out for another round. It's just I could see it just being an absolute mind fuck for the fighters, but I mean, it is what it is. It makes it exciting for the fans. BKFC 47 also played host to 2 female fights on the main card here. First one I want to talk about was Martina Kroll. She was 1-0 going into this one. She was taking on Gabrielle Roman, who was 0-1. Now, this was a women's flyweight scrap. And again, what a fight. You know what? BKFC 47 absolutely fucking delivered. Except for the co-main. That was the only real big hiccup for me anyway. But I mean, this fight had fireworks right off the bat. Both ladies came out and put it all on the line, let me tell you. Kroll got caught at the end of the first and couldn't fucking continue. Amazing, amazing shit. Huge underdog win for Gabrielle Roman. Pardon me. I mean, she was a massive underdog. If anybody had put any fucking cash down on her, I would like to see that ticket because, man, that was a huge fucking payday. A big upset as Martina Kroll, as I said, could not continue. She got popped. After the fight, you could kind of see a huge knot forming kind of right above her eye. So, I mean, for all we know, at this point, she could have easily fractured or cracked something there. She's not one that would usually just quit, so it's got to be something serious. But congratulations to Gabrielle Roman. The second fight of the main card here at BKFC 47, we had Tony Murphy, who was 1-0. He was facing Merk Jones, who is making his debut. Now, this was a middleweight scrap, and I'm going to be honest here, folks. I wasn't all that impressed by much in this fight. Jones pretty much blew his load in the first. I mean, he was huge, winging, looping fucking punches. I mean, his uppercuts, he was going like this, and he just blew all of his fucking load in the first. I wouldn't be surprised if he busted his fucking hands in the process. I mean, he just didn't know how to bare knuckle fight. That's all it came down to. It almost looked like he was trying to play it as a schoolyard fight, or maybe at most a bar fight. And I'm not trying to disrespect Merk Jones at all, because it takes balls just to step in there. And obviously, making his debut, he's got a lot of room and a lot of time to improve. Now, back to the scrap. I mean, Murphy threw Jones to the canvas multiple times, multiple warnings, and it was, I don't know. It just wasn't all that impressive of a fight. In the end, though, Tony Murphy ends up with the third round TKO victory. And the final fight I want to talk about here, that it was actually the main card opener here at BKFC 47, and it was fun. We had Crystal Pittman, who was 1-3. She was taking on Tony Tallman, who is making her debut. This was a bantamweight scrap. Pittman wins via TKO in the second round. I thought I thought she looked fucking good. She seems to be improving by the fight, which is always a good fucking marker for a fighter's stock, right? If they're getting better with every fight, then their stock is rising. But I mean, Tallman was as tough as they come. She never went down. But she has work to do. She definitely has work to do, should she want to continue in bare knuckle. Well, that's my recap of BKFC 47 main card. Like I say, overall, I thought it was a fantastic night. I thought the production was spot on. It looked awesome watching on the screen here. I would imagine it was probably even better in person. Maybe one day I'll make it to a fucking BKFC event somewhere along the line. I'll make it. But no, I thought the production. It seems like they've upped their production, and they've added some lighting around some of the pillars of the ring, and just little things that make it look pretty, right? I'm a simple man. But no, overall, BKFC 47, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. A little bit of heartbreak, as I said there, with Richmond losing another one back to back now here. But hey, it is what it is. It's the fight game, and I thought basically everybody that was on the card came out and gave it their all, and realistically, that's all you can ask for, right? Anyway, that's my ramble. Next event for BKFC, I believe, is August 11th coming up, and it's going to be fucking stellar too. We got John Dotson versus J.R. Riggs, and it is for a belt, a vacant belt. Fuck, I can't remember what they're fighting at. I don't know. I'll definitely have a video and a preview of that scrap coming up as that gets closer. But for now, let's take a few weeks and enjoy the time in the summer here, because we got a little bit of time in between bare knuckle events. So let us go enjoy. Until next time, everybody, thanks for joining me here on Quick Rip. Take care and peace.